10. Finley looks over the defense. 9, 8. Finley dropping back. He looks, he steps up, fires long, and it is intercepted at the 5-yard line. And that is the ball game.
I read an incredible book 2 years ago, The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, and that's really the premise of that book, you know, that there's going to be incredible obstacles that come our way in life, and applying it to the football season, in our football season. And for me, building this program, you can go around those things, you can retreat from those things, or you can push through them. And the premise of the book is, you know, the obstacle in the path becomes the path. For us, you know, beating Florida State, you know, beating Louisville, teams we hadn't beaten, they were obstacles. And we had to go through the suffering of losing close games to them to understand, you know, what that meant and how to get past those football teams. And now we're on the other side of that. And so, you know, there's other teams that are like that still in our league that we have to learn how to beat and get through those obstacles. And then in life, you know, some of these things are going to be losses that we have, you know, from our family. We're going to lose close people that we love, and how to deal with that pain, you know, how to handle an injury that keeps us out of football and overcome it. To me, we're all afraid of those things, you know, but fear can't be something that keeps you from reaching your goals. That's a negative way to look at things. To me, it's just having the courage to continue to fight, knowing that what's on the other side of that obstacle is something that really matters to you.
Oh, wow. Look at you. You got a Ram. What made you do that?
A lot of reasons.
A comfort you wouldn't believe. Luxury everywhere you look. Not to mention legendary Hemi V8 power.
Maybe I should switch.
More people are switching to Ram trucks than ever before, and now get $1,000 bonus cash if you make the switch during Ram Power Days. And now get an average $11,578 in total values on the 2019 Ram 1500.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dog.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking. Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's Tailgate 101.
The old saying, good things come to those who wait, is just that, old. Those good things, you have to get out there and chase them. We see it in the millions of people we fly around the world, all of them, living proof. Good things come to those who go.
With today's tools, all the information you need is just a click away.
I'm going to show you how to remove the...
And as a member of an electric cooperative, you have access to lots of valuable tools. Tools that help you do it yourself when it comes to controlling your home energy use and budget, leaving you free to be Dad.
Excited to get into the game week here and had a good bye week with our guys. Had a good chance to focus on our fundamentals and as a staff really study us and our different tendencies and things that we need to improve on, and I thought our players did a very good job of taking the practice opportunities and the time we gave them to improve. It's going to be a really good environment. Excited to play at Clemson and 2 undefeated teams. Their homecoming, so expect a great atmosphere and excited to have that kind of opportunity in October against a really good team. It's 2 undefeated teams playing for first place, and that's where you want to be. Not just somebody that's in the game with a great team, but somebody that everybody looks at as the other great team. And for us, it's a chance to continue to build the legacy of our senior class and for them to seize the moment and take advantage of this opportunity that they have created and our staff has created. You know, it's about finishing, playing well under pressure, that last drive of the game, whether you're offense, defense, and finding a way to make that play or prevent them from making that play. And they have been the team that we haven't been able to do that against yet. So, you know, it drives us, there's no doubt. I mean, anything that you haven't been able to do that you're right there, I mean, it's something that drives you every day. And they've done a great job, not only finishing against us, but they've won a lot of close games there. And I think that's what championship teams find a way to do. They find a way to win at the end. And so for us to take that next step, you know, obviously it starts with Clemson.
Jory, what's up, bro? What's up? How we doing?
I think courage is the ability to be able to do something beyond yourself. To be able to fight through the fears, to fight through the inhibitions, to fight through all those things that would say that I could not do it and still attempt to do it. And I realized, start thinking about courage and thinking about this team and the many players that we have. I think a lot of these guys are very courageous. Some of these guys are from backgrounds that are from tough backgrounds, and some of them are from unbelievable homes, but still the fact that they would come and somehow form a team and continue to move forward, it takes a lot of courage. If you ever played the game of football, you know it takes courage to run into someone or to have someone run into you. Well, my official title is Team Life Coach, and obviously I work for Fellowship of Christian Athletes, which is an unbelievable opportunity for me as a former student athlete here, specifically a football player. It's just been amazing to kind of come back and work with these young men, and I like that. It's just an amazing opportunity for me, and hopefully it's been a place and a time that I've been able just to serve the guys. I can see how important this role could have been in my life back in 1986 to 1990 when I was here. As many people may not know, when I came to college, my father was incarcerated. And so for me not to have my father back at home and being able to converse and talk with him on a regular basis, coming off to a new place, a new environment, some challenges, you know, I think it took courage just to kind of trust somebody, find someone that I can trust. And Coach Sheridan was an unbelievable influence. Even though he was the head coach, he was so personable and a person that you can get around and talk to if you had issues. And there was a time going into my junior year where I basically wanted to, you know, leave the team, but having a conversation with him and him encouraging me, it was really, really huge for me to kind of stay the course and end up graduating, and here I am. Because I'm here all the time with him, so fortunate to be able to attend practice and here in the building. You watch them, you watch their body language, and you find those moments when they're walking back to the locker room or walking out to practice, and you just get around them and really not even ask how football is going, just how life is going. You know, how's your school, how's your family, you know, how are things going, how are you acclimating to the new environment for this young guy. And you just find those little quiet moments where you're just one-on-one and just kind of ask them those small personal questions that really add value to their life. Again, as a life coach, we're not trying to take, you're trying to enhance. We're not trying to create a place of transaction, but really transformation in terms of how can we help you become better.
In 2012, I graduated high school, and I took a half semester off to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with my life, because I was kind of like aimlessly walking through life. And so in 2013, I enrolled at junior college in Pasadena, and you know, I started working out with the football team over there, and then in July 2013, I got diagnosed with testicular cancer, and that kind of like shook my whole time. Like my goal was to go to a Division I school and kind of, you know, in like 1 year. So when I got diagnosed, it was kind of like a big setback for me. So when I got diagnosed, I was kind of like forced to get immediate surgery and treatments for about a half a year. When I did that, you know, I lost a lot of weight. So I went into JUCO at like 240, and I was trying to gain even more weight, play O-line. But then I dropped down to like 200 pounds, if even that. So I had to gain a bunch of weight back. So I spent 2014 just pretty much gaining weight so I could go play football again. And then I played 2015, started all 10 games at right tackle, and then I transferred over here. I didn't have to get chemotherapy, which was a big positive for me. So I didn't lose my hair or any of that stuff. But it was just like, it was extremely like physically and mentally taxing. Like I lost a lot of strength. Like I said, a lot of weight, and it's not ideal to play a contact sport while you're going through that, you know what I mean? And, you know, so like the road to recovery was a long one for me. It took me about a good year to even get back into like talking about playing football again. So initially it was like, oh, well, it'll just be a small surgery, you know, no big deal. But then what happens after you get cancer is your lymph nodes swell up, and my lymph nodes didn't return back to their normal size after that surgery. So they wanted to do this gigantic abdominal lymph node removal surgery and get all the lymph nodes out just to alleviate any risk of cancer coming back. And this was like about a half a year after all the stuff I went through initially. And I just told them, no, I'm not gonna do that, because literally I was gaining weight again. I told them I'd rather be monitored intensively rather than get this intrusive surgery that's gonna, you know, probably end my football career. That was kind of a negative thing. So I was forced to go in and get MRIs like every month for the first like year and get blood work done. And then after that, I went every 3 months and every 6 months, and then every year this past year. So it was a very long process to even be cleared into being a normal human again, because you're being monitored as like a cancer patient. You're constantly getting MRIs and all that stuff.
He's not a vocal young man. He doesn't walk around talking about that stuff openly, and so when he spoke to the team in training camp about it, I think it was a really good perspective point of view for our guys to understand, you know, what tough really is, what it looks like, you know. And I think that there's a lot of respect for him because of that, because people know what he's done and what he's had to go through. You know, as a coaching staff, we have tremendous respect for him. The fact that he shows up every day and he's on the scout team and he's just happy to be playing football, you know, because for a while he didn't know if he'd be able to do anything.
When I was diagnosed with cancer, I was like, well, when am I going to be able to play football? Because that was my only goal at the time. It was kind of, even with school, like I wasn't very good at school, but football was the thing that got me or drove me to get good grades. So in cancer, football was the thing that kind of helped me like persevere and drive through that. I don't want people to feel sorry for me at the end of the day. You know, that's something I went through and I'm glad I did, because I learned so many valuable life lessons from it. But, you know, it doesn't define me. You know, it just made me a stronger person. And for me, it was something that helped me evolve. I don't think it really defines who I am today, though. It just kind of helped me progress to the next level. You think you're invincible. You're like a tank. When you're 18, you're stepping on the college campus and you're like ready to take over the world. You know, you're gonna start your first year and then you're gonna go, you know, to the NFL and do all the things you've set out for yourself. But then something like this is kind of just sets you back and makes you realize, oh, you are human after all.
The anxiety that comes with performing at this level it's completely normal. And you know, unfortunately for these young men, they're recruited so publicly now. The expectation that's in place for these guys publicly in their hometowns, in their high schools, in their families is unrealistic at times. And so they walk in here with that fear of failure. I mean, they do. And so we talk about it, you know, and it's okay to have that feeling, but it's better to understand how to get through it, you know, and to use the people around you. And, you know, as a man, you don't want to admit to those things. You don't, but you have to. You have to understand Just like in everything that you do, even if you're a businessman, every deal doesn't go your way. It doesn't. And so how are you going to handle that? And for me, it's more about having a plan to deal with the adversities that come through it and understanding that that's life.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dogs.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking.
Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's tailgate 101.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series, and the brand with the most J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner.
During Ford Truck Month, get a 2018 F-150 with 0 for 72 or $11,790 in total savings only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
With today's tools, all the information you need is just a click away.
I'm going to show you how to remove the...
And as a member of an electric cooperative, you have access to lots of valuable tools. Tools that help you do it yourself when it comes to controlling your home energy use and budget, leaving you free to be Dad.
Let's clap it up, man. Yeah! Game day, man, game day. I want to share something with you guys on this morning, man. This is a thought I wrote down this morning. It says, life is scattered with what I call defining opportunities. Defining opportunities. These are events, there are moments, there are times that every person or team has to make a decision to run toward and embrace or run away from and regret it later on. Did you hear that? It's a decision. They're scattered. You don't always get them. They come through your preparation. They come through process. These are scattered, defining opportunities that don't come all the time. You have to make a decision in this time. You're going to embrace it, or you're going to be fearful in the moment and retreat. Benaiah was considered to be one of David's mighty men. He played for Team Israel. He was coached by King David. Benaiah was a captain and he was a leader on the team. He was a man that was driven, listen to this, by his past setbacks. They bothered him. He wanted to be great. He understood what seizing these defining opportunities meant. I want to read this passage of scripture. It says, in Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, he also went down and killed a lion in a pit on a snowy day. He killed a lion in a pit on a snowy day. In this passage, a lion stood between Benaiah and his goal. What's standing between your goal today? He didn't wait for the lion to come to him. He did what? He attacked. He went to the lion's den. It's a defining opportunity. I want you to stand up for a second. I want you to lock arms. I want you to lock arms with your boys. You guys have been built just like Benaiah for this opportunity. You have been processed and seasoned for this opportunity. As long as you stick together, come on, grab your boys. As long as you stick together, man, I'm carrying to tell you this now, we will win. But we got to stick together. This is not about one guy fighting lions, eagles, tigers. It's always been about one pack and one goal.
Kyle Bambard kicks it away. Darion Kendrick back deep with Adam Choice. And it's Kendrick. Stays on his feet. Has running room along the near sideline. Great size for Lawrence, 6'6", 215 pounds. He can run. Well protected again by a veteran offensive line. Renfro maneuvers inside the 10. Tien's been a touchdown scorer, 3 touchdown runs in each of the last 2 games, and he has one. The running game's been better in recent weeks for NC State, but still has a team under 4 per carry. Tanner News on a safety blitz. NC State knew they were likely to go to Renfro, still couldn't stop it. Lawrence another deep strike and a catch and a touchdown for T. Higgins.
Get up in here, you're not gonna let go. So when you get that separation, you feel me?
Look out. With a 3-man rush, they get to Trevor Lawrence and drop him for a sack.
Come off the ball, check your doubts, let's play fast, you know what I'm saying?
Under duress and swung down for a big loss by Jermaine Pratt. They think, oh, it's a fake. Will Sweeney, Dabo's son, dropped the ball.
Let's go!
They've had the ball for just 10 minutes. Deep back shoulder throw on target. Ricky Person, a nice run. 3rd and 10. Low snap, and he has to go to his knees for it. He wasn't ready. 7 catches and 111 yards in the half for Higgins. And that one's to Travion Thompson. Perfect on the drive, Lawrence. He's thrown for 244 in the half. Here's Etienne with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Finley throws up for grabs. Deflected and intercepted by Kayvon Wallace.
That is not us. That is not what we trained you to do, man. Playing tight. Cut it loose. Leave it off here. Just go one play at a time.
Finley deep into traffic, and it's ripped away. Jalen Williams.
Just be one try.
Finley, good pocket presence, and on target. 1st down. It's the first snap of the red zone today for the Wolfpack. Reggie Gillespie into the end zone with a Wolfpack touchdown.
Hey, one more stop, D. Let's go, D.
Lynn J. Dixon, the touchdown. Finley will battle all the way to the end. He is a competitor. And NC State elected not to try to snap it again. Clemson 7-0.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dogs.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking.
Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's Tailgating 101.
With today's tools, all the information you need is just a click away.
I'm going to show you how to remove the...
And as a member of an electric cooperative, you have access to lots of valuable tools. Tools that help you do it yourself when it comes to controlling your home energy use and budget, leaving you free to be Dad.
This university is on a march to achieve our full potential.
We help empower each other to dream big and do big.
That's why I really love our slogan, Think and Do. When you get these folks from NC State, they don't mind rolling up their sleeves and getting their hands dirty.
Companies want to hire NC State students.
We make something impossible possible.
We've been equipped to go out there and do great things and to change the world.
It's in the DNA of the place. We're here to think and do the extraordinary.
This portion of One with Wolfpack Football is presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, bringing real Coke taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories to Wolfpack fans everywhere.
Don't point fingers, don't complain. Let's come in and own it, let's fix it, and let's get right for next week. Because we got to go on a roll. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at. We did not play as well as we had to. We had to play our best football, and that wasn't our best. I don't know why, but I will by tomorrow. But we got to fix it.
Well, one of our standards is that we don't make excuses and we don't let people make them for us. You know, and I think that just goes back to ownership. And I've always felt that the only way to truly get better is to own a mistake. The minute you do that, then you can look at it and say, all right, I did this, what can I do better, and fix it. You know, I think our players understand that that's one of our standards of our program, and there's no one in our building that'll tolerate that. We don't have cry rooms where guys can go make excuses. I mean, if they're in the training room, the dining hall, if any of my staff hears that it's no, what do you have to do to improve? What do you have to do to be a better you? How can we help you get there? And that's something we believe in. I think it's helped our program. I think this team's really driven. I think they're motivated by what people said they wouldn't be. I think they're motivated to show everyone they're better than last year's team. I think there was conversations in the locker room last year at the end of the year that we're going to be better than you. You'll never be better than us. And I think they're very driven to leave a legacy behind that they're very proud of.
Really for us, it's just brotherhood. Just really handling our business, taking care of each other, being courageous in terms of laying it on the line for your brother. And I think we've seen the maturation of our program from the fact that that's who we are now. Identity is that we take care of each other. We're going to practice hard, we're going to play hard, we're going to prepare hard, we're going to make sure we take care of our bodies. Spiritually, we're going to grow. We're going to do all those things to make sure that at the end of the day that we're a good teammate, we're a good brother. This is an unbelievable group of guys to work with. I think they understand courage.
If you're not courageous, if you're mentally weak, you can be really exposed. And you're exposed on a national stage with a lot of people watching you, and all these people now have media devices to say what they think about you. And so, you know, I think that's a big deal for these young guys and for young coaches even that haven't been through that. It's a challenge that we all face, and that's part of the reality that you accept when you get into this deal, you know, and careful what you wish for sometimes probably for people, but it's also the greatest thing in the world when you get all these people from all over the world to come together for a common cause and you get to see it work.